over here, I have this person. I can enable at the contact or wherever I want. And I have this. So this is the father's name. So I'll put it below father's name. And I go to open maintenance. Search for descriptive. Person descriptive Flexfields. Versus TFF. Click on it. So I already have this persons. Now this sequence number is there 10. Suppose I want something before SP father's name. So I'll put this number as 5 instead of the 21. I'll make it as 5. So it will appear over there. So let's say I call this as SP referred by. So a lot of companies offer employee referrals, right? So employees can refer and you will have a list of here. I'm choosing the number type of DFF. I'll show you the reason why. Now here, when I create a value set, I will again say SP referred by. And in this validation type, I will choose the table type of value set. This is the value set type. I'll keep it as number. And see here, the table type of value set has a different type of screen for defining it. For example, from clause denotes the name of the table. So table validated value set means the value is stored inside a table. So in the from clause, I'm going to use the name of one table which has the person names, per person names underscore F. What is the value column name? Let's say I'm going to show the full name. And ID column, I'm going to put it as person ID. So if this number is valid, only then these two will appear. This name, if the name is valid, only then it will appear. Otherwise, it will not appear. For example, if I say per person names, this will disappear. It should give you a hint that this name is incorrect. And this is the where clause. Where clause has, you can say, and name type. This is like a clause. Name type equal to global. Okay. So now this father's name, see this number 10 and number 20, right? So if I clicked on this and clicked on add, it went below this. Father's name was already there. So I'm going to make this 5. 7 close. If I now come back to it, you will see this is 5. But if you really see this later on, you will see it will get refreshed. Then I click on deploy. And then you have this. I'm going to sign out.
The value set, some of them are predefined by Oracle, they give.
Yes, yes, they come with the system. So now I have this person again. And this was a person DFF. So I'll come here. See, referred by has not come.
So if in general, anytime I have any DFFs to be added, then what do you call it? I I know that okay, it's on the person page, so I should directly go to the person descriptive flex field, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You see this referred by?
Yeah.
So I get the list of all the employee names here. And I can also search. So I get names. Shivani, okay.
Yeah, sir.
Oops. So you can try by different names, looking up whether it appears on. All right. Now, so we have seen 4 types of descriptive flex fields: format only, dependent, independent, and table type of value sets. Okay. Now, if and these are called as the, when I say this, when I go here, I click on highlight flex fields and I come back here, it will show up. It says add a global segment. So add a global segment means that global segment means it will always appear. Okay. Now the opposite of global is obviously local, but here they are calling it as context sensitive. What does context sensitive mean? Context sensitive means it is based on a particular context. So the segment will appear based on a particular context. Okay. So the context can be anything. Context can be a list of values that you are providing, or it can be the person type that you are trying to refer to, or it could be some field on the screen. So based on that particular value, you can enable, disable certain fields. For example, when the person is a is a candidate, you want to have his personal email address. Now, the normal email address that we enter is the work related email address, which will get generated only when he joins the organization. Okay. Now, if I want a email where it will only appear when he is a candidate, then I have to have it as a context sensitive. Okay. So when it's a context sensitive, I have to have a certain set of values which will show me where those values will appear, which will show me the list of values. I choose a particular value, then another particular segment will appear or a field will appear. So I go to this, I'll not do a global segment. I'll click on the configure descriptive flex field. Okay. Now here, when I do this configure, I get this under global segment. The other option is the context segment. Context segment could be based on the prompt. So the prompt can be whatever I want to call it, and the value set can be what I want, what is already there in the list of value sets. I can refer to one of them. So for example, I click on search here. I say SP. I will get the ones that I have defined. Okay. So domain provider, let's say it's a domain provider. That can be a context. So if it is, let's say, Google, I will have their data center maybe. Okay. And if it is a Microsoft one, I'll call it a cloud or something like that, you know. So it can be different set of flex fields, or I could have something like, there's nothing on.
So when I come to create the descriptive flex field, which is, let's say, context sensitive, for adding it anyways, I have to create an add from up only, right?
Yeah. So here I can call it by some other name. Okay. If it is my exclusive instance, I'll call it by my own value and I can have a particular value here. So, or I can choose, let's say, the one that I was saying, SP domain. Let's say I'm just calling it domain provider because we already have it. And do I want this context to be visible? So maybe yes, I want it as a list of values. And I save it. Okay. And based on this, I can have the manage context.
So for which field we are creating the context value?
Now I'm creating that field. Right now it is based on that domain provider.
Okay.
So this is the context and say I will call it as SP Google centers. Okay. And here
This one is a little confusing.
usually I don't show this in the first day because till you are a bit comfortable with descriptive flex field, this one will become a bit confusing. But since you asked, that's why I'm showing you.
Yeah.
So be careful about what you ask. All right. So here, what I have done is I have added one. I'll just add one for now, just to try and demonstrate this. So rest of the steps remain exactly same. And here I have this now. Okay. And context is called Google centers and stuff like that. And save and close. Deploy the flex field. Just to be safe, let me do one more time. compiled too fast, so I'm just doing it for the second time. Yeah. Mm. Let me clear this history again. So I go back to where we were checking the descriptive flex field. So I go to person management and I look for White, John White, whatever name I want to look at. Right in the middle name. Why is it appearing here? Nope. Funny. All right. So here, see this context value. Do you see here? Now it's appearing.
Mm.
Okay. So my context value will be the list of values that I have. Now, based on the context value that I am using, I will have a corresponding segment open up. Okay. Right now, I haven't yet linked it. I have just created the values context value to show you how this appears. You need to add it to specific values. So you say, okay, if the value is Google, then I want the Google data centers to come. If it is Microsoft, then another list will come with Microsoft data center names. So the name of the field itself can change. Maybe in that case, I'll have two fields. One is country, one is city. Okay. Yes, Ankita?
Yeah. So this context value field name, can we change that also?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, you can change it. I was showing you there, right? So it was like, since it's being used by everyone, I didn't want to do it right now. But okay, if it is like your environment, where only your enterprise, where only your users are going to be using it, then you can always go in and change it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Any questions, Shivani or Ankita?
That's a lot today.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick recap of the steps that we did. Okay. And
Okay.
So what did I do here? I went to the setup and maintenance. To define a descriptive flex field, I go to setup and maintenance, step 1. Step 2, I search for descriptive flex fields. So I get a full list of all the descriptive flex fields. I click on person descriptive flex field. Okay. I click on person descriptive flex field and I choose the person descriptive flex field where I want this to appear. So if I want it to appear on email addresses, I will go there, edit it, and then I will add my new value here. So if I want this to be enabled, I'll click on edit, add the flex field name, add a value set. If it's my exclusive list of values, I will create a new value set. Else, I will use an existing value set. So when you create a new one, you have to specify the name of the value set, name of the module, what type of data type, what is the text, what is the maximum length that you have here. Okay. Then you cancel it. Oh, sorry. To add the values, you go to manage values. Okay. So only when you save this definition for the first time will this button be enabled. So you can manage values and you can add them here. If you're searching, if you're going back and you don't remember what values you added, you can just click on the search button. All the values will be displayed. Clear?
Yes.
Then I do a save and close, save and close, save and close. 4 times. And then click on the deploy flex field. This is important. If you forget to deploy the flex field, the field will not appear. Remember that. Okay.
One question, the value sets, right, which we, if I, for a simple one, let's say where I'm using only yes and no. Okay. Do we have existing one?
Yes,
How do
there
I
are existing ones which are yes and no. See this HRC yes, no. Okay, so these are the yes, no ones that are there. The other one, let me see if that will show up or not.
And if I want, I can create my own also.
Yeah. Data type will not be. I was looking for like something like a list from where it picks up.
It initially looks easy, but it's very tricky. Right?
Yeah, a couple of iterations, you do it, then you will get it. I wanted to show you something where that we are referring to that quick codes, okay, which will be a table type of value set which we can refer.
So what do you mean by quick quotes here?
That lookups that day we were looking at. No,
Okay, the common lookups.
Yeah, common lookups. We said that in a descriptive flex field we can use it. So that's what I was trying to see if
If I'm using an existing value set, I don't need to manage the values, right? It will automatically pull up.
Correct. Correct. And not only that, the other advantage of DFF is if there is an upgrade, there's a fix or there is a patch that Oracle sends, it will preserve your DFF. So it's not that you have to recreate them again.
And when I'm migrating from one environment to another, we have to create DFFs every time in the new environment.
DFFs you can either create or there are tools available where you can migrate it from one environment to another.
Okay.
Here they should have given one for knowing what type of value set it is. Otherwise, you have to keep choosing it and then checking. Yeah. See, this one is looking at the HCM lookups. Okay. It is looking at the meaning, it is looking at the lookup code, and it is looking at the lookup type.
Okay.
So how is this helpful? Suppose you create your own lookup type. Here you can give your own lookup type name. How that is going to help me, don't ask me, because basically it's the same thing. Whether you create it as an independent value set or as a lookup. But what I'm showing you is it is possible to show it that way. So from the list, you are looking at the lookup code. So there were two parts, if you remember the lookup scheme. The top part was the lookup type. So which is this lookup type, the name of the lookup type. I think I had a screenshot here. Right. So, oops. Yeah. So this is the lookup type. And these are the lookup code. And this is the meaning. Right? Yes.
Yes.
So see, this is the lookup code. This is the meaning. And this is the lookup type. So each lookup type will have multiple lookup values, codes and meanings. Right?
Yeah. So if you can go back to that PPT, right? Okay. In that PPT where we have the descriptive flex field slide, which you showed. Yeah. So not this one back. Yeah. What is this descriptive flex field for a maximum number values from 10, 12?
Oh.
What does that mean?
This means that how many attributes are there?
Okay.
So these number of attributes is predefined.
Okay.
So it will only allow that many attributes that are defined here. So how many maximum can you have here? Here you can have up to 30.
Okay. Okay.
This is at the person level. But if you go to one of the other ones,